this is Isra Jahan. Today I like to share a few things that I like to do before I leave this planet. William Rose said that everybody dies but a few people lives. This line basically means that everybody dies, but if someone has an adventurous life, then they will live with this passion that they had a good life. No one can ask guaranteed our next breath. So that's why I have decided to make my life more purposefully. The first thing I like to do is make a bucket list. A bucket list is a list that where we set our goal or achievement that we like to do before our death. So here are some bucket list I made that I like to do before my last day in the earth. So our professor gave us six categories of bucket list: experimental, influential, um, travel, family, and ethics. So experimental means involving on or based on experience and observations. Influence means having great influence on something or someone. Ethics is physically active, fit. Travel means taking a journey or some land or abroad. And family means our loved ones. So every items from this bucket list is important to me, but the time limitations, I like to explain three categories of my bucket list that I like to do in I like to achieve in few years of my life. So first one is a travel. In my opinion, this is the most easiest bucket list to make. There are some places that I like to go and seeing this crazy world. So first thing is I really like to go to Dubai and experience their expensive lifestyle. And secondary, I also like to go to India and also like to try their all kind of spices because the traditional food of India is really fabulous for their um, herbs and spices. So Indian cuisine is known as most largest cuisine in the world. So the cooking style varies from religion to religions to place. In my researches, I know that South Indian and North Indian cuisines is the biggest one. India is quite famous for devising multi cuisines and a large number of restaurants and hotels. And the third one that I like to visit all 50 states because I only visited six of them from 50s. I also like to celebrate my 10 years marriage anniversary in Hawaii. So second category of from my bucket list is a family. Family is really important for me because without family I cannot imagine my life. Their supported, their motivations is really meaningful for me. The first one I like to do for my family is to make my parents proud. I'm the eldest children of my parents and I also have three more siblings. I really want to do something special that will make my parents proud for me. Secondary, I like to create an hospital or charity by my grandmother's name. I included this uh, category in a family. I included this in my family categories because I believe that all the people from my back of town is as my family member. So it is a dream of my childhood that I will make a hospitals for the poor people who cannot afford their treatment. And in my back of town, you know that most of the people are poor and cannot and dying every moment for cannot afford their treatment. So this really means to me. I also want to do something for my daughter that I also that makes me a role model for her. The last bucket list I like to share with you guys is a life goals. I think this is a really serious side of bucket list, and different from another one. I think it is the most important to have a bucket list in a smart goal, in a smart way. Like we all have goals, but few of us made our goals more proper way. That is called the smart goals. So the problem is that we don't make the smart goals. I read an article about this, and by reading this article, I realized that making our goals in a smart way how important it is, because one way to make our goals is smart way is make it more specifically. For example, I like to give you that we decided to go to college, but if we make this goal in this way, like I would like to go in University of Houston, that is more specifically. So make your goals much more specific. You will on the first step toward to making your goals in smart way. Secondary, when we take our goals more attainable, we are really determining if we are actually achieve this goal. Let's be honest, some of are really conscious about our dream, and some of our plan crazily. We don't know which way we like to go. So when we determine if our goals is attainable, we must be realistic about that. And third one is, so far we have made our goal more specific, and we for make our goals more attainable. So when we are going to finish our goals, that means the time bonding. Without a deadline, our goal can be last years to years, and it is just going. So statistics has proven that a time that to set a time that we uh, to set a time to help us to gain our goals more specifically. We also Everyone should have a life goal bucket list beside the just a bucket list. So following the bucket list are very important to make our life more enjoyable and better. I will definitely try to purpose all of these, and including continue my hard work. So it also great things to look ahead the future activities and ideas to make for a bucket list. Bucket list can also make our outlook different for someone. So I'm wishing that everybody can achieve their bucket list in futures. Thank you for listening.